think I'm live here in Sydney, and I'm able to come to you today regarding a update on the whole situation with COVID-19, of course. Just get this sorted. So here we go. We're live on this platform. I thought I'd bring you up to date with some things which are happening. First and foremost, we have Manu John, hello, and some Norman Costing here. We have a number of aspects. You can see the Australian papers here. The Australian talks about the whole situation there. It says death's possible, but travel bans are necessary, and they're referring specifically, then you can see pictures there of Harbhajan Singh with Pat Cummins in training. And we have the headline there as well. We have the headline there. You can read the headline. Cricketing bubble hit for a six. Cricketing bubble hit for a six. So front page of the Australian newspapers today. Front page, it hasn't mucked around. And then you have the Daily Telegraph, the Daily Telegraph itself. You have there pictures there of the IPL bombshell with teammates test positive. Pat Cummins and obviously Ben Cutting are both in that KKR bubble. There's a CSK bubble that's occurred. They've had quarantining there in isolation. KKR in quarantine. Delhi Capitals are exposed to it. Now we hear, only a short while ago, SRH, Sunrisers Hyderabad, the match today has been called off, and you have Riddiman Saha and Amit Mishra, that's Riddiman Saha, the wicketkeeper batsman, and Amit Mishra, both also testing positive for COVID-19. You have the KKR players, you have the CSK CEO, and you have the actual baggage handler. You have the likes of their team management, their team, all a part of this. Then you have Delhi Capitals, the groundsmen are also getting cases of positive COVID-19. So that's 4 teams, 4 out of the 8, 4 out of the team. It's getting outrageous. You can't continue this at all. This is another game called off. Several days have actually called off. The reality is that they're taking about a week off, and they're all moving to Mumbai. So you're going to have 4 teams in isolation, and they're saying for a week. Now in Australia we have 2 weeks worth of quarantine after a COVID-19 scare. So 1 week's far too short. You lost connection. Why have you lost connection? You shouldn't. Officials say you've lost connection. Well, then get exactly how IPL has been suspended for a week. You have a situation where Munshi's there and Lakshya Sharma's there, I can see as well. Again, front page headings there. We also have an actual page 3-4 spread. You can see it there quite clearly. You can actually see the reports there very heavily about Ben Cutting and his wives there as well. Come. Say hello.
Say hello.
No, come. Say hello.
Hello,
say hello to India.
Hello, India.
Okay. Well, wonderful. So we have stars in isolation, I said there before. We also have in the back page of this is the Australian newspaper. Front page headings. Quite incredible coverage for an IPL tournament, wouldn't you agree? So IPL 2021 has been suspended for the time being. Amid rising COVID concerns, it's been suspended. Not just for a week, it's been suspended. We have Cummins here, exposed as the whole thing in the IPL blows up. It's quite incredible. So exposed as virus hits IPL, so it's quite dramatic. So front and back pages of all papers, and it will only get worse now. And of course with the travel ban that's in place as well, that's another added aspect of it also. Onwards towards the problem. The reality is the actual confidence has been, now I know officials, I know Pat Cummins is not positive, we know that. I didn't say that, I actually said that he's a part of the KKO bubble that are in isolation based on 2 of their players being, of course, COVID-19 positive. CSK players, more so the CEO and the management team, Delhi groundsmen, fourth team now with Riddiman, Saha and Amit Mishra. Yeah, exactly. It's quite outstanding. It's quite amazing. Anyway, that's a report for you. I wanted to give you a quick update on that now, guys. The most important thing for me is we're able to keep you updated for what is this great location. A great restaurant. Yeah, so IPL 2021 has been not stopped but actually suspended for now. And look, they're going to clear this up before they go any further. It's quite ridiculous. Anyway, this is Norman. So, there's a number of issues we do see. Can Australians go to any other country and then come to Australia? Well, Australians can go to New Zealand, and I believe even the Cook Islands, and they can return. So Australia and New Zealand have a bubble between the two countries. No COVID-19, no restrictions, no quarantining at all. And Australia's a rather big country. They're travelling all over Australia. We're not wearing masks. It's been well over 100 days of COVID-19 free, as in 0 cases. Why are there no basements in Australia, mate? Good question. We don't need basements. It's too hot here. We don't have that need for a basement. Very interesting point, though. The reality is, SRH is happy with the suspension, so they should be. SRH should be happy because they've been very badly done by. They're coming virtually last and will probably stay there unless something dramatic happens. Imagine a week of suspension of the actual competition. That would then probably mean a number of double headers, but more likely it would probably mean a number of delays, potentially even to the World Test Championship, which is in mid-June. You may find that may be delayed. There's no problem in the bio bubble for the IPL. It may not be, but I'm afraid when you have 4 teams with quarantining necessity, that's really not good. So what about the foreign players? Well, the foreign players, as they really aren't, should be called foreign players. They should be called overseas players or non-Indian players. They're going to be in isolation, aren't they, if they're in those 4 teams? And as they all move to Mumbai now, from the locations where they are in Delhi or wherever they may be, it'll mean more double headers. That's right, Manu John. It'll mean a concentration of the games, which is not bad. Maybe we needed a break anyway from it. We've had it every day for 26 days straight. The IPL hasn't been cancelled. It's been placed on hold, which may lead to a postponement. We're not sure. The word cancellation is not being used yet, but it'll be certainly an indefinite period. I would say about a week. Whether the IPL goes anywhere else, we don't know that yet, so we'll find out. So we'll wait and see what the case is then. Again, IPL's wording has been suspended. That's right. Suspended rather than cancelled. Suspended means it's in hot and hold. We can afford a week, quite frankly, because we can then have games as double headers regularly. And who should be blamed? No one should be blamed for this. You've got to commend the BCCI and the IPL for the attempt to get this done, which is quite magnificent. So let's not knock that. Would have been great to have it in Sydney, Australia, but that hasn't happened. So KKR can't be blamed for this. No one's, because it's happened with KKR, CSK, Delhi Capitals, and now SRH. It's in 4 of the 8 teams. How many days has it been suspended? We're not sure at this point. It says indefinitely. I would recommend that being the right wording, which could be a week. But it may be longer, we don't know. But if it's a week, it's palatable. So, I know they should look at the points table as it stands now and actually go by that as our indication of what's the situation. All right, guys. If there's nothing else, we'll leave it at that. So the IPL has been suspended for what could well be a week. No games being played, no game tonight. The game that was planned for tonight has also been, the SRH, I think it's Mumbai Indians game, has also been held over. So there's no reason why the IPL cannot continue. If it's a week delay, that's not going to stress people. It just means a concentration of games on the Mumbai pitches, Mumbai grounds. There's Wankhede, there's Brabourne, there's probably several other Gymkhanas that may have great grounds. So I think there's a potential that's still happening. Let's see what happens. So this is Norman Kochnick here, signing off, and we can certainly look at this more and more as time goes on. So please stay tuned. Please view, like and share the posts on Eyes on Cricket, and please join. We're going to have regular updates. As you know, this is Norman Kochnick here for Eyes on Cricket. I can work out how to turn this off.